Welcome back, everyone. Remember to like and subscribe for weekly recipes and videos. Today we're going to make Copycat ChickfilA sandwiches with homemade potato chips. So to get started, I'm going to flatten 3 boneless, skinless chicken breasts. We're going to flatten it and we're going to tenderize it with a mallet. And if you don't have one, just use anything with a heavy force and flatten your chicken the best you can. Now, some other ingredients we're going to use while I'm flattening my chicken is 1 to 2 cups of flour, 1 tablespoon of baking powder, 1 tablespoon of powdered sugar. That's actually a secret ingredient that Chick-fil-A uses in their batter. If you notice, it has a sort of sweet taste to it, and that's where that taste comes from. You're also going to be using 1 teaspoon of black pepper, 1 teaspoon of kosher salt or regular salt as well. Also 1 teaspoon of paprika, 1 teaspoon of chili powder, and 1 cup of dill pickle juice. Now the pickle juice is going to do 2 things to our chicken. It's going to add like a nice, tangy, salty flavor to our chicken. And the acid in the pickle juice, which is made out of vinegar, is going to take our chicken and it's going to break it down and make your chicken more juicy. It's going to tenderize your chicken for you. I'm also going to use 1 cup of milk and 1 egg. Now to start, I'm beating 1 egg into my cup of milk, and I'm going to pour half of my mixture into my chicken breast. As I do that, I'm also going to pour around 1 cup of dill pickle juice on my chicken breast to let it marinate. And you want to let it marinate for at least 30 minutes. If you can do longer than 30 minutes, it's even better, because that's the more your chicken is going to be broken down more for you, and it's going to have a tender taste to it. So now that we have our chicken marinating, I'm going to use around 2 cups of flour, and this is going to be what we make our fried batter out of. And this is 1 tablespoon of powdered sugar or confectioner's sugar. It's the same thing. We're also going to add to this kosher salt as well as black pepper. So I'm going to set my flour mixture aside, and I'm also going to add more pepper as well as a little bit of more kosher salt to our marinade mix for our chicken. And as you can see, the chicken, you can actually see it's already starting to break down, and you're going to feel like a soft feel to the chicken. That's what you want to feel. That means it's getting tender and it's broken down. I'm also going to go back to my batter before we fry chicken. I'm going to add some paprika as well. That's just going to give us a nice color to it. And I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of baking powder. This is going to make our batter a little light and airy for us so we can get a better fry out of our chicken. I'm also going to add some chili powder as well, and cayenne pepper also, just for a little kick. And again, I'm going to whisk that back together. And then we're going to be ready to fry our chicken. Now on my pan, I already have 2 to 3 cups of canola oil ready. You can use vegetable oil. If you can find peanut oil, you can use peanut oil as well. Sometimes peanut oil is hard to find and it's expensive, but use whatever oil works for you. So we're just going to coat our chicken in our flour mixture. And then we're going to dip it back in our egg and milk mixture that we had in our separate pan. And then we're going to dip it back into our flour mixture again because it's going to be double battered. And then we're going to fry it in our pan for around 3 to 4 minutes per side. Now let's flip our chicken over. We've been going for around 3 minutes. We'll flip it on the other side and we see a nice golden brown color to it. If you want to cook this chicken until it's around 165 to 175 degrees Fahrenheit. We want to make sure our chicken is all the way done. And while we're waiting on our chicken, we're going to make some homemade potato chips. And these are going to be seasoned with salt and pepper. So it'll be salt and pepper potato chips. So I'll take 2 russet potatoes, and my potatoes are already cleaned and washed and dried. And you want to shave your potatoes as thin as you can get them. Then I have a cheese grater that I actually use that has a side that you can shave cheese or potatoes or different vegetables with it. If you don't have that, you can use a knife and just cut it as thin as you can get it. Now after I cut my potatoes, I'm going to put them in my bowl. And remember, potatoes tend to have a lot of dirt. So we're going to wash our potatoes several more times. And we're going to dry our potatoes off to make sure we got rid of all of our dirt. As you can see, my potatoes, you see all the dirt coming off of there. We have to make sure we thoroughly wash them and pat them dry. Now pat them dry as you can get them before you put them in your fryer. And for best results on these, we're going to use a deep fryer because you're going to get better results. And then you want to fry your potatoes in small batches. When you fry your potatoes in small batches, they're going to crisp up correctly. And I end up frying these for around 4 to 5 minutes. However dark you want them, you can do it however you need to. Of course, the longer you leave them, the darker your chip will be. And you want to season your potato chips as soon as possible so your seasoning can stick to your chips. And you can have fun with these seasonings. You can use barbecue seasonings or anything you want to create. So now our sandwich is ready. I'm just gonna do something simple, top it with pickle. And I use a whole wheat bun just to make it a tad bit healthier. You use a brioche bun or whatever buns you think work with this. We're gonna pair it up with our chips and pair with your favorite sauce as well. Like, subscribe, drop me a comment. See you on the next video.